Hey guys, Josh here from Vidello, and in this video I'm going to show you our latest updates that we've made inside Create. So first of all, we've actually built an entirely new text editor, and this is going to enable you to adjust basically everything with your text. So you can adjust the size, the spacing, the colors, you can add a background or a border to your text box. You can also drop down the text to another line and create an entire text box for your text. You can add shadows and a whole bunch of other things onto your text. So I'll show you all these updates inside the software in a second. We've also basically merged the screen recording with your audio. So now when you record your screen and your audio at the same time, instead of having two separate layers with like a screen and an audio layer, they're both going to be merged into one layer. So that enables you to make cuts and not having to cut both layers. You can just cut one layer and work with just one layer on the timeline. So that's really helpful with your screen recordings. Also, we've built in a auto updating system into the software. So this means that you don't need to continually download the latest version of the software anymore. Basically what you need to do is one last time log into your Create account at access.createapp.io. So log in there, download the latest version, and this one has the auto updater in it. So what's going to happen is when you download the software, it will download the software a much lighter version, so it'll take much faster than before. And then once it downloads, then it's going to download all the assets onto your computer. And then from then on, anytime we push new updates, it will automatically update the software in the background. And yeah, it'll be a lot faster and a lot easier for you. And also what we've done is we've added a new category called animated elements, and this is on the same kind of tab as the transitions. So what you'll basically have is animated icons, text boxes, and a whole bunch of different other animated elements that you can add onto your videos to really customize and create cool looking videos much quicker using these assets. And what we're going to be doing is over the next few weeks and in the months to come, we're going to be continually adding in new assets into that library. So you have a whole bunch of really nice looking animated transparent elements that you can add onto your videos really easily and quickly. So let me show you inside the software and what these updates look like inside the app. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you all the new features we've added inside the software. This is just a slide that I quickly created using the new elements, so you can see it like this. And what I'm going to do is actually add this template underneath the video so you can download and import it if you want a nice looking YouTube end card. And yeah, basically what I did was added this text layer over here. You can see it's actually got a background color. I've added a drop shadow to the text. And you can do all these kind of things with the new text layer. And this is also an animated element inside the library. So what I'm going to do is just delete all these layers. And I'm going to go through and create a couple of videos on this actual video, so to give you some ideas on types of videos you can create and to show off the new features. So first of all, I'm going to go through and just grab that background. So I'll recreate that kind of end card, just scale it up a bit, like so. Okay, and I'm just going to lock that layer just so that it makes it easier if I'm editing. I won't move that if I'm clicking away from it. I'm going to go also to the text layer and I'll show you the new text elements. So first of all, if I grab this preset over here, you can see now that the text right now, you can actually add text boxes, so you can actually adjust the line spacing. So if I go through and type my text and hit enter now, I can add text to a new line like this. And once you finish, you can either click on the checkbox or just click away, and that will deselect the text layer so you can go through and begin moving it again. So if you click on it like this and then click on the text icon, you can go through and adjust the text. You've also got these options over here to format the text on the actual canvas, so you can do things like bold. You can select specific text and add underlines. You can also change the color, strike throughs, things like that, or you can just simply remove it by clicking on that button. Okay. So I'm going to delete this and let's go and recreate that YouTube end card. So I'm just going to add a text box over here, and I'm going to type in don't forget to, and then I'll just select that like that, place it up the top, and I'll make the text a little bit smaller. And I'm going to adjust all this text to make it this nice text font, Oswald, and maybe make it regular like that. And over here, you can see we've got these extra options. So I'm going to go and adjust the letter spacing like this. And I'll make the text font a little bit smaller. So don't forget to, looks good. Cool. So I'm also going to go and maybe I'll duplicate that text. Command D, just bring this down and I'm gonna say like, and I'll make this really big, maybe about 300. Don't forget to like. And I'll maybe make this down a little bit smaller so that it's all in the same kind of lining. Okay, cool. That's looking good. And maybe I'll make this a semi-bold to stand out a bit more. Okay, don't forget to like. I'll duplicate that. And now let's say comment. I'll bring this down as well. And then I'll duplicate that again and say share. And I'll make this text a bit bigger. Cool. So that's looking really cool. Now over here on the transitions tab, you're about to see we've got another little icon which is animated elements, okay? And if you hover your mouse on them, you're about to see a whole bunch of really nice looking animated elements that you can quickly add to your videos. And they're, yeah, really helpful, I guess. Icons and text boxes and call outs and call to actions and things like that. So we're going to be continually adding in new elements in here to make things a lot faster with your video creation. So I'm just going to drag this one over here, place it down over here, and I'll just bring it down a bit. I'll just play it through so you can see it like this. Cool. So I can just drag this down over here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And that looks really good like that. Cool. So there's my first side of my call to action. Now what I'm going to do is grab a video. So I'll just grab this one here and just drag it over here. And this could be my next video that I want to kind of show off and get people to watch. So if I just go up over here, bring it across and drag this out like that. Cool, it's looking good. And I'm going to go to the text element over here, add the text, and just bring this across. And let's say recommended video. Okay. And maybe I'll make this text a different text font. This one here. This one looks really cool. Just bring the text font down, and I'm also going to add a background to this. So if you see, you can adjust the color over here or the background color. You can adjust the alignment as well in the text box. So I'm going to make this, you know, maybe a red or a blue or something like that. Yeah, maybe a blue looks quite cool. And if I go to spacing now, I can actually adjust the letter, word, or line spacing. I could bring the line spacing down a bit like this. And you can also go to padding over here, so you can adjust the padding on all the sides like that. Or what you could also do is just click on this lock icon, and you can adjust the side spacing or the spacing on either side that you want to kind of adjust. So maybe I'll make both these sides about the same kind of size like that. And it's looking really good. And I'll just bring down the size of the text a bit like so. Cool. So I could do something like this. Looks pretty cool. And that's basically recreating that YouTube end card that I showed you at the start. And if I just bring this text across, whoops, like so. And what I could actually do is add a fade into these. So if you go down to the bottom, or maybe make it a 2-second fade for these elements. So let's just bring this fade as well. It's good to add, fade. If you want to add it to multiple elements, it's good to just add it to the first layer and then duplicate the text. So it's applied to all the layers, so you don't have to manually go through and add them. But I forgot to do that, so let's just do it quickly like this. It's looking good. Cool. So now if I play this from the start, and I'll just preview this like that, you can see how good that looks. It looks really cool, and you've got a really nice looking YouTube end card for your video. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just delete all these layers, and I'm going to show you how to create a cool looking social media type video, kind of a Facebook ad or a ad for Instagram. So let's go and bring up the canvas. I'm going to make it Facebook and Instagram sized, and what I'm going to do is grab this video. So just again place it down over here. This one I got from the media library from Pixabay. So I'm just going to bring it up like this and position in the middle like that. It's looking pretty cool. And I'm going to go back over to the animated elements, and what I'm going to do is grab this text box over here and just drag it down over like so, and just bring it down over here. So you can see that it looks really good. And I'm going to go grab the text element, add text, and I'll bring it down and make it black. And I'm going to change the text font to where is it? This one here is quite nice, so I'll grab this, and let's say the most beautiful holiday destinations. Or let's say the 10 most beautiful holiday destinations. Cool. And I'll make this text centered. I'll bring it down a little bit like that, and I'll adjust the spacing to the line like so. And yeah, that looks good like this. And I'll just bring it over like so, like this. And what I'm going to do is just bring it out a little bit, and I'll add a fade to that, maybe about 2-second fade. And I'm going to duplicate that again, Command D, and I'll bring this out a little bit, and I'm just going to say discover, like this. And I'll bring this down, whoops, like so, and bring it across. So if I bring this up, make it white, and I'm going to say open sans. Cool. Now you can see there's a little bit of a blue outline on this. We're gonna see out why this is happening, but when you render it, it won't show up. But occasionally, sometimes this little blue box appears randomly. So yeah, don't worry about that. When it renders, it will be removed, and we're gonna fix whatever is causing that thing on the UI. But you can see how nice that looks like that. Yeah, we've got a really nice looking post that you could use this. You know, if you were if you did a blog post and you wanted to get traffic to it, you could create a little video like this and share it across social media, and yeah, get people to go to your link and watch your blog post. So what I'm going to do is then go through and add a transition. So I'm going to grab this one here. This one looks really cool. Whoops, just bring it down and make it bigger. Go across to the middle so you can see it a bit better. Okay, like this. So I'm just going to bring this up like that, bring it across. And that's looking really cool. So at about this, or maybe I'll bring this across a little bit more, maybe about to the end. So it kind of cuts it like that. Cool. And then what I'm going to do is, I'll maybe drag it a little bit more actually. Yeah, something like that. And I'm going to drag this one out and just cut it. And so when it comes out like this, I'm going to go through and have a link, or basically the link to the website. So let's say travelblog.com. Okay, and I'll make this text white. And it can be something like that, maybe a bit bigger. And again, you could go through and do things like add a background color, so maybe you could have like a blue like that, and we could adjust the border. You can actually add a border to your box, or you could actually remove that as well if you wanted to, something like this. So you could add a border, you could have a dotted one or a dashed one. Solid looks the best for this kind of a video, I reckon. And maybe I'll make it about 5, and you can also adjust the radius, so if you wanted to have it like that, and you could adjust the padding as well, so you could bring it out maybe on the right, make it a bit more, and on the left I'll just copy that and paste that down there like that. Cool, we'll bring the top down like that, and that's looking pretty cool. Maybe I'll adjust the radius and just have it a square one. I think it probably looks a bit better like that. And it just comes down to personal preference, however you like it. Maybe we'll make that a bit bigger. Cool, so now we have like a little call to action at the bottom, at the end of the video. And if I just bring this up across like this, and yeah, let's preview this. Okay, so again, that blue box won't show up in the render, but sometimes it occasionally appears for some reason. We'll fix that. Then we've got a nice looking, yeah, I guess a social post, and we've got the transition and to the call to action like that. Cool. So those are the main kind of updates. Also, with the screen recording, when you record your screen and your audio, they'll be merged as one layer now. So try that out as well. And yeah, the animated elements is over here on the transitions tab at the moment. And yeah, the text layer. So yeah, download the latest version. It's at access.createapp.io. and let us know what you think of the updates below this video. And yeah, we look forward to adding in new assets and making new updates in the coming month. So yeah, have a great day, and thanks for watching this video, and we'll speak to you again soon.